Today we're going to look at a skill that is essential in web design, wireframing. So the process is the foundation of creating your effective and a user-friendly website. So we're going to go through this presentation. You're going to know how to craft a basic wireframe and understand its importance in the web design workflow. So we'll start with what we aim to accomplish today. So we're going to look at the lesson objectives is we're going to understand why wireframes are critical in web design. We're going to identify the key components that make up a wireframe. We'll also create a basic wireframe or understand how to create a basic wireframe, whether you do this digitally or by your hand. So wireframe is essentially the blueprint to your website. It's going to show the layout and the structure, but it doesn't necessarily have the detailed design elements like your colors, your fonts. This is kind of like how an architect would design a house. So it's going to show where the walls, the doors, the windows would go, but doesn't include the paint, furniture, and things of that nature. So wireframes are going to focus on the functionality, and then you do this to make sure that your site works as intended. Now, the reason we use wireframes is first, they help clarify your ideas. So before you jump into a complex design or coding your website, we want to make sure that we have the clear structure of the site designed. These also save time and resources because you can fix or identify and fix any potential issues early on. They're also a powerful tool that can be used for collaborations. The stakeholders can visually see the site's layout and provide feedback before any significant time or money is spent on the site. Now, there are some different tools you can use for wireframing. I've just added one here, the Adobe XD. These are things that you can use to create digital wireframes. Another way is doing a manual method, is using paper and pen and just sketching out the wireframe. Both of these methods are effective. It just depends on what's best for you. Now, looking at the components of the wireframe, every wireframe is going to have some common components. The header, that's where your logo, your navigation menu, call to actions, those buttons go. You'll have your main content area. That's where most of your information, like your text and images, are going to be displayed. Sidebar is something that's optional. This is used for secondary content like your ads or extra links. Your footer will typically contain contact information and social media links. And then you may also have interactive elements such as buttons, forms, and links. All of these will need to be sketched out. So also keep in mind, though, that your wireframes will focus on your layout. So you want to use placeholders like boxes for images and lines for text. Now, the steps for creating a wireframe, first you want to define the purpose and the audience. So you'll ask, what is the website for? Who will use it? And what are their needs? This is going to give you crucial understanding of your audience and the goals of the website, and it allows you to help build it for an effective structure. You also want to sketch a basic layout. Start simple. Use a paper, pen and paper. You want to map out the key sections, the header, the main content, the footer. Then you'll go in and add elements. So you use placeholders for text, images, buttons. Then you focus on the hierarchy. So you'll make sure that most important elements stand out. You can use the size, position, and spaces to show that priority. You can also add notes to explain the functionality, such as a hover over button effects, button actions. And then you can also use the wireframe to share your wireframe with others. This might be team members, it may be stakeholders or users. So use this to gather feedback and make adjustments. Now, keep in mind that wireframes are meant to be flexible, so don't be afraid to revise them as needed. So in conclusion, keep in mind that wireframes focus on that structure, not the design. So don't worry about the colors, the fonts. You're looking at basic layout of your website. They do save time. They improve the collaborations as others can see your vision for the website and how it should work. It also gives a clear hierarchy and annotations. These are something that are essential for your site in your wireframe.